everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jenny. Welcome if you're new. So here we are. It is the last TBR of 2024 and wow, what a year it has been. I always err on the side of fun for my December TBRs. I don't really know what capacity I'm going to have for reading this month. Usually, I would have a lot of spare time for reading. And that still could be the case in some instances. But because we're traveling this year for the holidays, I'm not really sure if I'll be reading much or if I'll be hanging out with family a lot or what. And we're also beginning the process of moving this month, mid-month. So my days are going to be filled with moving lots of boxes. We won't be doing our final move into our new home until January. But yeah, so 2024 has been a big year, a lot of changes in life. So I erred on the side of books that I feel will be lighter, maybe potentially easier reading, and hopefully with a little bit of delight is what I'm going for this TBR. So to start off, I just wanted to let you know that I'm carrying over Dreaming in Color, an autobiography by Fassett. I just haven't finished this up, and so we'll be finishing it up in December. Yes, it's kind of, it's a beautiful coffee table book, but it's also kind of awkward to read because of its size, but I'll be finishing that up this month. The other two books, or two more books on my TBR this month are the ones that are finishing off my TBRs, the two TBRs that I had for 2024. So one of them was my 5-star predictions, which I've done every year for the last 4 or 5 years. And so this year my 5-star predictions were memoirs. And so I'm going to be reading Waterfall of Stars, My 10 Years on the Island of Skomer by Rosanne Alexander. Beautiful, beautiful cover. Skomer is an island off of Wales, I believe. So yeah, very excited to get to this one. I'm going to try to get to this one and the next one earlier in December so that I can get the videos out near the end of December. And the other TBR that I had for 2024 was 4 rereads. And so I'm going to be rereading Robbie Arnott's Flames. I loved this novel when I read it a few years ago. This is his debut. I have read his second novel, The Rain Heron, as well, and I enjoyed that one, but I didn't like it as much as Flames. And I know that Robbie Arnott, he's an Australian author, in case you haven't heard of him, also has a new novel that came out this year. So I definitely will read that one. I usually have to buy these because they are not in my library, but I'm going to reread this one. Very excited. Really enjoyed the first time I read it, so I'm really excited to re-experience the brilliance that is this novel. Okay, so the next 3 are kind of, like I said, my easier reads for this month. I picked Death of an Artist, a Mystery by Kate Wilhelm. This is a novel. This novel is set in a resort coastal town where is it? Somewhere in the United States. I thought it actually said where it was set, but it doesn't. Okay, so a small coastal resort town with nearly 1,000 residents is home to 3 generations of women. Marnie, the long-widowed owner of a small gift shop, then her granddaughter who is about to graduate medical school, and Steph, mercurial, difficult, and a brilliant artist who refuses to sell her work. And so what happens is Steph is murdered. And who did it? You know, so that's what this is. It's a whodunit. Also a really lovely cover. So just going for entertainment here. Entertainment. I always read at least one Christmas novel in December. And they're usually from a genre like contemporary women's fiction, romance, or historical mystery in that area. And so this year I've chosen another Sarah Morgan. So Sarah Morgan wrote, what was it called? Three Sisters at Christmas or something. I'll put it here, which is I really enjoyed that one. And so ever since I read that one 3 years ago, I pick a Sarah Morgan to read at Christmas time. So the one that I had on my library list was actually checked out. And so I decided to go for this one, A Wedding in December. And it is about a wedding in December and a whole bunch of members of the family who, you know, are coming together, and all the hijinks that ensue when families come together and maybe the bride doesn't want to get married and all those types of things. Sarah Morgan is really good at writing relationships. The relationships in her novels are quite mature. There's not a lot of silly drama between the characters. It's more deeper, heartfelt issues or problems that come up between them. And I just enjoy the way she weaves the stories that she tells. So hopefully I'm going to like this one as much as I have liked the first one and the one I read last year, which I liked as well, but not as much as I liked the first one. And then I've got 2 nonfiction books on my TBR for December. The first one is Time Was Soft There, A Paris Sojourn at Shakespeare & Co. by Jeremy Mercer. So this is about Jeremy Mercer's fleeing Canada in 1999 and ending up in Paris. He broke and homeless. He found himself invited to a tea party among the riffraff of the timeless left bank fantasy known as Shakespeare & Co. So I think he talks about Shakespeare & Co. He talks about his life. He talks about the, many writers who have found solace there and who have, walked through the doors. I'm curious about it. I have a whole France and Paris TBR, and this is on it, and I haven't read a lot from that this year, so I wanted to add another one to it. And hopefully I really enjoy this one. I love reading about Paris. And then finally, my audiobook for December is My Conversations with Canadians by Lee Maracle. This is a book of essays, which is exactly as it says in the title. It is Lee Maracle, who was a very prominent Indigenous thinker, writer, and, I want to say the word dignitary, but she wasn't really officially part of any government, but she was more just, I think, a wonderful mentor to many Indigenous writers. And she just really saw the relationship between Indigenous peoples and settlers in Canada as a relationship that needed to be healed. So I find her perspective to be just invaluable in learning more and in educating myself and in decolonizing myself. So I'm going to be listening to this on audio, and I think it'll be probably very, very important and life-changing for me to read. So that's my TBR for December. Can you believe that here we are at the end of 2024? I'm not sure what my output for videos is going to look like for this month, given what I was just talking about moving. And I have a fun announcement to make a little bit later in the month as well about a new offering that I will have available to all of you wonderful viewers starting in 2025. And yeah, that is my TBR for this month. So thank you very much for watching, and I will be back again soon with another video.